Hey guys, it's Inside Bull, Dobbo and Kev, and Kratzmann Caravan, their Super Centre and RV Centre out there at Burpengary on the Bruce Highway. The best in the business.
Oh, huge centre too, Dobbo.
Mate, they had sales leading up into financial year sale, but you know what they did? They said, you know what? If you're an Inside Bull listener and you go out and say that, we'll do a deal for you. So, all I want to tell you is go out to Kratzmann Caravan. If you want brand new, second-hand RV caravan, mate, it's all there. It's their Super Centre. It's the best in the business. And all you need to do is go out and see them, say you listen to Inside Ball, and you know what? Your trip around Australia, up the coast, down the coast, it's all there.
Oh,
go
it's all
and
in
see
luxury
them.
too.
Yeah, it's luxury.
They're beautiful vans.
Mate, beautiful vans. Can't recommend them enough. Go and see them. Kratzmann's Caravans, their RV and Super Centre sale is happening all the time. They don't worry about the financial. It's all year round. Deals, 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 and more deals. Go and see them.
All right, welcome back to the Inside Ball podcast, the round 24 preview. Kevie, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Dust. Now, where's our man again?
I have no idea.
Is he in New Zealand now?
He could be. I'm not sure. I've been thrust back into his chair.
That's good, mate.
He's absent once again. Hopefully back next week.
No, I'm going to tell. He's gone to New Zealand on holidays.
Has he?
With the Triple M team, yeah.
There you go. He was at the Ecca yesterday as well, I think.
He's good. Anyway, we'll survive, mate.
Doesn't miss a trip. He doesn't miss a trip.
Big weekend of footy again.
Huge weekend of footy, mate. I was just having a look at the draw. There's a lot of games that could have quite an influence on the ladder come the end of the round. Kicking off Thursday night, 7:50, Panthers Storm, Combank Stadium, a huge game.
Right, this is massive. This one over the weekend. They haven't played each other since last year's grand final that the Panthers won, of course. That's been 10 months of pain
for the Storm.
When you lose a grand final, it does hurt. 9 straight wins for the Panthers. Gee, they've been on a great ride.
Bad time to be playing the Panthers as well.
Yeah, I know Isaiah Yeo though, so
they'll miss him.
They will miss him, but they did well last week without him. Lindsay Smith took up that role in the middle of that middle forward, linking the forwards and the backs. And of course, no Ryan Pappenhausen. He's out for the Storm. Nick Meaney goes back to fullback. Big Nelson's come back into the 22, so I probably expect him to play. The Storm have got an interesting stat. They've won 14 of the last 15 Thursday night games.
There you go.
Regardless of where it's been played.
Do you read much into that sort of stuff?
I
Kev?
do.
Yeah.
I do.
I get the feeling that you really like your stats and
well,
that sort of stuff.
Stats just reinforce what you probably already know. I know a few things about the Storm because I work there, but I know if it's a Thursday night game, they don't want to lose because then they've got a whole up to 10 or 11 days of losing, which when you're at the Storm, it's not something that you want to be.
Is
there.
that because Craig will be
because of Craig?
Yeah,
he hammers them, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
So that's always in the back of their mind. That's got a lot to do with that, and also, I think mainly that getting that Thursday night win, and obviously they win a lot of games too. The Storm,
they do.
They're a very successful club, but up against the Panthers, who have been on a great winning streak, very long. I'm going to tip the Panthers in this one.
Huge.
I think with no Jerome Hughes there, no Pappenhausen, that's two of their best players, the spine out. And I just think the Panthers have been moving along nicely. I know they've got no Yo, but I just feel they're in good touch.
Yeah.
And very confident at the moment.
Right time of the year to be coming good. I think they've got Panthers. I can't remember the order, but they play Panthers, the Dogs, and the Raiders in the next. Storm, Dogs, and Raiders.
They've got a big finish to the season. Yeah. Another interesting stat. I know you like your stats. They've beaten the Panthers in 3 of the last 4 games.
There you go.
All except for the big one, though.
Yeah, the one that matters most.
That's what hurts. So this one is going to be a tight game.
Yeah.
Right, 2 of our quality teams. But I'm going to go with the Panthers, mate.
I hope it's a really good quality game, like a good game to watch.
It will be. Well, both teams, the Storm are obviously well entrenched in the top 4, coming second, but the Panthers need to keep winning or other teams could go past them.
Yeah, especially with the tough games coming up.
Yeah.
I guess we really get to see what the Panthers are made of the next few weeks. But
we will.
Pretty scary
I think they've already showed us what they've got.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, getting Yo back and playing that sort of football that it's finals footy. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a good warm-up for them.
Yeah. terrifying prospect for everyone else when the Panthers are coming good at this end of the season.
Yeah, crazy.
Moving on, Friday, 6 p.m, we see the Warriors playing the Dragons, Go Media Stadium in Auckland. Is that where Dobbo's headed? Or what?
That's where Dobbo's going,
Sure,
yeah.
okay.
He'll be back on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But he's heading to this game. So, look, the Warriors, they've been under pressure the last month, haven't they? This is a home game for them. It's one that they expected to win, isn't it, against the Dragons, although their form has been good as well. The Dragons in recent
Jagged
times.
a couple of wins lately.
Yep. They get a couple back, the Warriors. Of course, they lost Tamare Martin with concussion last week, or HIA. So Tanner Boyd comes back into the 7, and Wade Egan is back. That's a big in for them.
Huge in
that 9 role, for the Warriors. Last start they got hammered by the Dogs in Sydney. So, and that's 3 straight losses for the Warriors. It's not good this time of the year to be losing like that.
Slipped out of the top 4 as well.
Now their draw home is favourable. And there's no easy games, certainly, but they've got teams that are not in the top 4 that they're playing. So
games they expect to win.
Yeah, teams below them on the table, so they should be expected to win. Although the Dragons, good win last week. I called this game at Kogarah.
Were you down there for it?
Yeah, I was down there for it.
Do you enjoy getting out to the grounds?
So good.
Yeah.
Particularly with Fox, and it's so good watching a game live as to on television.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff you guys do is in the studio down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they still send commentators out, live to the games, but when you're on the panel, you don't sort of get a feel for the game as much as you do live. You can see everything and all the patterns moving. So they were impressive last week, weren't they, the Dragons?
Yeah, big time.
Their defence in particular, their scramble defence. So this one, I'm going to tip the Warriors, but not with any confidence.
Should be a tight game.
Should be a tight game, but I think they've got enough there. With Egan back, I think that's a big in for them.
Yeah, massively. The 8 p.m. game, Roosters Bulldogs, another huge game.
Whoa.
Huge game.
Well, the Roosters were good last week they smashed the Dolphins, didn't they? 60-12 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Another team who's coming good at the right end of the season.
Yeah, so they'll go in confident, but their form against the top 4 teams is not great. They've lost 4 of their last 5 against top 4 teams. And the Dogs, well, they were equally impressive against the Warriors, and they've got the same 17. You know what? I'm going to tip an upset here. This is. I said to Dobbo, who was sitting in your chair last week, the Roosters are a smoky. Right now, I'm not sure how much damage they can cause. On Friday night, tomorrow night, we're going to see how good they actually are.
How much damage they can cause. Yeah.
Because the Bulldogs are, they're one of our better teams, I believe, from what I've seen, particularly in defence. And the Roosters, well, they've got that. Sam Walker can pull most defensive sides apart.
He was magnificent last week.
Yeah, with a pass, with a kick. I like what he's doing. He's in good form. His goal kicking is unbelievable. 10 from 11 last week. So I like, I like the Roosters in this one. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't
pretty
mind
smart
it.
with your tips.
The problem with my tips, Kev, is I tend to tip it with my heart too much, and I can't stand the Bulldogs. So.
Oh, right.
So
What's wrong with the Bulldogs?
I don't know. I just
something about them.
Yeah, probably they just have the Broncos too many times growing up. And
that little bit of arrogance about them too, the Bulldogs, haven't they?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Roosters fan either, but
right.
There's a few good Queenslanders in that side.
There is. They've got a really good side. Both teams are.
They do.
But if you look at both teams on paper, the Roosters are full of representative stars, right? Full of them. From the young Rob Toya through to Spencer Lenews,
Lindsay Collins.
The middle forwards for the Roosters are very good. They showed that last week. Mark Nawanga Nitawase, surely he's going to play. Well, he's played already for Australia, but he might be a smoky for the Kangaroo Tour.
Yeah,
you
there
don't
you
know.
go. Yeah.
But Tedesco at fullback, I think it's been an amazing season for him. I just think the Roosters, I just like what they're doing. The Bulldogs, obviously very good as well. Their defence will be the key. This is going to be a great game. But I'm just going to tip the Roosters. I think they're going to
go on a bit of a run. Yeah, I've got a feeling as well. I feel like they're on a bit of a run. They're looking classy.
It's a danger game for both. Anyone could win that. So I don't tip with any confidence.
Huge game. Saturday the 16th, Sharkies currently running in 7th place up against the 17th place Titans at Sharks Stadium.
Right, come on, Sharks. What's wrong with you fellas? I was there last week watching you at Kogarah. Second half, everything to play for, and you couldn't get it done. I'm not sure why. Their spine needs to crack. That's always comes back on the spine. But they just lacked a bit of discipline in that second half. Couple of handling errors, couple of penalties, and that sort of gave the Dragons some confidence. So
Left the door open.
yeah, I think the Titans have been playing some good footy as well. Tino Fasul-Malawi back.
Oh, is
That's
he?
a huge
Massive.
in for the Titans. Good to see him back. Gee, he would look good in an Australian jersey, wouldn't he, Kangaroos?
Mate, I don't know. Have you seen the new haircut? I ran into him a few weeks down at the Titans game.
Right.
He's looking sharp.
Is he? Yeah, okay.
G's asked him a stupid question. The listeners will love this. We've done a little bit of work with him on the side, blah, blah, blah. Anyway,
Hey, what sort of work have you done with him?
Well, actually, a budgie smuggler.
Oh, right.
Photo shoot. But
surely you didn't stand beside
mate,
Tino.
it was Tino and Herbie Farnworth.
Right.
And Herbie's going on about it. He's got one of those steps in his shoulder
Right.
from an AC injury. He's like, geez, my shoulder looks disgusting. He's standing there with Klutzy and I was like, mate, you got nothing to worry
I think
about.
you're fine with us too, mate.
But yeah.
So were you and Klutzy in your...
Yeah. Oh, not at the not when I saw Tino, but yeah, we have done shoots
Right.
with the boys. But yeah, we were down at the Titans game and ran into Tino before the game, and he was in obviously his corporate, yeah. And I stupidly asked him. We were up in one of the corporate boxes, and I said, "Oh, you?" He's like, "I was just up there." I said, "Oh, you sitting up there?" He said, "No, I'm sitting with the team." I was like, oh, "Of course
You
you are."
stupid ass. Come on, mate. He was a big unit, isn't he?
Massive, and
Yeah.
one of the nicest blokes ever.
Oh, terrific lad, yeah.
He'll be massive for him. Do you give the Titans a
I
chance?
do. I do.
They've had some narrow defeats. We're talking about how good the Panthers are going. They were not far off knocking the Panthers off a couple of weeks ago.
Well, they probably should have, had the referee. Well, anyway, Des has moved on, so we will as well. No Nikora, he's suspended, and Jesse Ramian's out as well. So a couple of big outs there for the Sharks. Look, you know what? I can't confidently tip the Sharks. Even though they're playing at home. I'm going to go for the Titans in this one. Tino back. They're in good form. They're playing just to beat these top sides down. They can't make the 8, obviously, the Titans. If they can get their defence right, I reckon they can,
They're in with
they
a
can
chance.
beat the Sharks. Yeah.
Sharks are, well, what would I know? But I think the Sharks are a little bit vulnerable, and the Titans are playing good footy. So I'm with you. I'm going to tip the Titans.
Mo
as well.
Fodawaker back as well. He's a big in from them. Phil
Huge in.
Sammy back in as well for the Titans. So that's 3 good ones back in.
Jaden Campbell's looking sharp.
Yeah. Let's go the Titans.
Yeah,
we're
get behind them.
Queenslanders. Let's
Yeah.
get behind the Titans.
I think I'm rubbing off on you with a bit of the heart betting there, Kev. But
Yeah, well, mate, the Sharks, if you just look on last
it's
week,
true. Yeah,
the Titans start losers against South. So
tight game, though.
But they're form, and South were very good with Mitchell back in.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to tip the Titans, mate. I think they're on a bit of a run. They're playing good footy.
Yeah, me too.
More consistent than the Sharks.
Yeah.
Righto, the Bronx up against the
big game.
Dolphins.
Battle of Brisbane.
The Battle of Brisbane. Here we go
Mate,
again.
this is going to be massive. I think you just got a phone call about tickets that they're jumping out of trees to get into.
Yeah,
Suncorp
that
Stadium.
was my son Jack wanting tickets for the game. I don't work for the Broncos, Jack.
Talk to your brother.
Yeah, get your brother, whatever they call him, the difference. Make a difference with the tickets.
A huge game though
Yeah.
for both sides. Broncos 6th, Dolphins 8th. Suncorp Stadium.
Yeah, they're
very
always
exciting.
big, mate.
Yep.
They're always big. My favourite Battle of Brisbane, and I've been involved in a couple, was the one at the Gabba.
Oh yeah, the
Well, I've got two favourites. The first instalment, Katoni Staggs.
Yeah.
Scores the...
Is that when he got up and
Yeah.
That'll
that
be
was-
shown in highlights for years and years.
that was magnificent.
Yeah.
And then in the battle too, Selwyn Cobbo at the Gabba.
Yeah.
Chipped over.
Yeah.
Regathered. I mean, they're two individual. That's what's going to happen to us. You know, it's going to be decided by something brilliant from an individual. Right now, the Broncos won the last start, didn't they? At the start of the year at Suncorp, it was the Dolphins' home game. But this one, both teams missing some really big players, key players. You know what? I think Brisbane will win.
I think they will too. It's as you said. I think there's probably going to be some individual brilliance, and there's players in both sides who can break the game apart. But talk to us about the Broncos lineup. Obviously, some major changes.
Big changes there with the injuries to Reynolds, Mam, and Cobbo. So Josiah Karapani comes in on the wing, which is a little bit surprising. I thought he went with the more experienced Jesse Arthurs, but Josiah's been going well there as well. Billy Walters he's going to fill the 6 jumper. There were some options there for them to take, but they've gone with Billy. I think it's a good decision. He's played a lot of football there. He's trained a lot there. I feel like Billy's, the way he's been playing, you got to be a bit unselfish as a 6 as well, and you got to feed, like he's got good players around him that can feed. I feel if Billy can just play his natural game and kick when he needs to, but obviously Ben Hunt will take majority of the kicking duties. And as far as the goal kicking goes, well, they've got Reece Walsh and Katoni Staggs. You can both slot them over equally as good, or maybe not in that same repertoire as Adam Reynolds. So they're not going to lose too much there. I think Ben Hunt, this is his opportunity to get back in the number 7 for Brisbane. He's been waiting for this all season. We've seen him at 6 and we've seen him at 9, but we haven't seen him at 7. So, and if we can just look back 12 months ago at the Dragons, well, he led the competition with try assists, didn't he? So, I think if they really simplify their game, the Broncos, and Reece Walsh gets involved as much as he can, there's going to be some noise around Reece, and there might be one over the sideline or a kick out on the full, but you're going to get some great. I think Reece Walsh could be be difference. That's what I'm thinking.
The difference, Reece Walsh.
Oh well, sorry, Bill. Reece Walsh can be the man. They'll miss Ezra. They'll miss Ezra because remember when Ezra came back into the side after his suspension, he just lifted them.
Yeah.
So, but Billy will do a good job there, and Ben Hunt at 7. Which club in the NRL loses their number 1 halfback and replaces them with? I'm not even going to say number 2 halfback because. Yeah. Ben Hunt would be a halfback in most NRL clubs, all NRL clubs.
Yeah, 100%. And then you still got Walshy out the back.
Walshy out the back. And still got Payne Haas, Paddy Carrigan, Corey Jensen starting this week. So it's a good forward pack. And but the Dolphins, gee, they're fiery last week, weren't they?
Yeah, big time. There's a lot in that game.
I'm not sure why there was. I mean...
Well, do you think I was
Donahue? He's a fiery customer.
Yeah, I love
the way
he plays. Me too. Do you think? I remember I went to the first Dolphins NRL game against the Roosters at Suncorp.
Yep.
And the Roosters were about $1.04.
Yeah, I remember the game.
And the Finns rolled them, and it was one of the great days of footy. I'm not even a Dolphins supporter, but loved it. Do you think that there still could be?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of aggression in this game, particularly coming last week. I know that they've got to try and simmer it down a bit, but. I just see like that. This is a battle. It's a battle of Brisbane for a reason. They call it that, and there will be some feelings from both clubs, particularly in the forwards. So what a game, and it's so much on the line as well. I don't think there's been a game between the two clubs where there's been more on the line.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as the competition goes and standing on the ladder, Dobbo said to me yesterday on Triple M that the loser of this. Might as well book their tickets to Kosamui. Outlandish, Dobbo. There's still 3 games left after this. But, look, I don't agree with Dobbo. I think both these two can still be in the 8. But it's a big game.
It'll be tough.
It's a big game.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, Katoa. He was a bit quiet last week.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be quiet again. The Roosters managed to control him a little bit and control his attack, but I can't see him having 2 quiet games. So he's the danger man, obviously, for the Dolphins. No Herbie Farnworth, certainly. That's a big out for them, but they've got on with things. This is going to be a tight game, a tough game, but I just think the Broncos can nudge in front on the back of Reece Walsh.
Yep, I do love that. I'd share your sentiment. I hope, growing up, I always loved seeing, and it was always early in the season, Broncos Cowboys, and I feel like the Dolphins Brisbane rivalries, it's building.
Yeah, it's building. Certainly is. Oh, the other we forgot to mention, Trey Fuller is named in jumper 20.
Okay.
Right? Now, he could be thrust into this game at fullback, which would move Hammer
into the centres.
Yeah. Again, if he's playing, that changes things again because he's a lot like Reece Walsh. We saw...
A game breaker.
Well, he's a tough little bugger and he just runs the ball. That's what he likes doing. So if he's in, that could change things again and sway it more towards the Dolphins. But I'll tip the Broncos on the back of Reece Walsh and Paddy Payne, Jensen going forward. I think the Broncos can sneak away with a win. You going?
I'm not going, no.
You're
deep in wedding planning season.
Yes, of course.
I won't be, I'll be watching.
One of very few people not going.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'll be in Sydney, obviously, on Fox, but they'll get a huge crowd.
Yeah,
it'll be
I think I've heard
atmosphere.
45 already or
45, 50,000,
predicting. So
yeah, that's normal.
5:30 Saturday game. Bad day to be a beer at Caxton Hotel, I think. Yeah.
And since they've come into the competition, the Dolphins, haven't they created a lot of noise between Brisbane and the Dolphins?
Yeah.
You mentioned it earlier. We got the Titans down the road, which is always a good derby as well, and then the Cowboys. But this one seems to really even around town with the flags, this is our home.
Yeah.
And, Katoni doing this stuff,
Yeah. Do you think it's because they share Suncorp? You know what I mean? Like, Suncorp's always been the Broncos, but now it's like, well...
Well, I'll tell you what, that did annoy me a little bit. I drove past Suncorp. I drive past it a lot, obviously, because I live in the area. And, there's the captain's wall of the Broncos.
You're on it.
I'm on that wall.
I know exactly what you're about to say as well.
And I drove past the other day, and there's all the Dolphins players. Herbie,
Dirty Big.
Herbie Farnworth and Hammer.
Yeah.
All there with their smiles, thinking, "Hey,
Hang
that's
on
not
a
your
second.
wall, mate. Get off my wall."
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
But they put it up for the home games.
Yeah,
when
they
they're
bring
playing.
it down. Yeah,
they bring it down.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but it's great. I mean, that sort of stuff.
That's what it's all about.
The little flagpoles that up around the city this week.
Yeah.
This is it. They both think it's their home. Well, it is. They share that home.
Yeah, exactly right.
So Suncorp Stadium, what a venue to play this game.
Well, that's the thing. There's obviously 2 points on the line and a massive game in terms of the season, but you also get bragging rights. So
you do.
They're playing for that as well.
Yeah. So there's been some great battles already in its short tenure, this rivalry. And this one on Saturday night will be no different. 5:30, what a time slot for the families to get out there and enjoy what's going to be I know there's some key players missing, but still, if you look through both team lists, it's still chock full of Origin stars, international stars, young players on the move. Yeah. Bring it on, Das.
Bring it on. It must be pretty special as well to see Bill with the 6.
Yeah.
Broncos jersey with the 6 on his back.
Oh, so it's great. I'm really happy that Billy's going to... Well, he has played in the jumper before, but I feel like he's playing... Billy's playing some good footy, which he always has at the Broncos, but I'm just happy that a lot of the critics and all those baggers out there that he's had the last 2 or 3 years have sort of left him alone a bit, and he is playing some good footy. So,
he's shut him up really this year. He's playing some of the best footy ever. So.
Yeah, and I thought 23 he was very good as well on the march through to the grand final. And last year there were a few players not quite, but Billy wasn't in that category. I thought he had a good season last year, but this year, he's going really well. It's great to see. We're really, really proud of him. So obviously the family will get out there and support Bill on Saturday, but I'll be in Sydney. Yeah,
cheering him on still though from south of the border. Moving on, we've got the Rabbits taking on the Eels, Allianz Stadium, 7:35. Who have you got, Kev?
I got, you know what, I think South Sydney can win this game.
Do you?
Yeah. Last week, a couple of big ins, for South Sydney.
Latrell Mitchell's massive.
Latrell Mitchell and Smith. What's the go with? Do we find anything more about Brandon Smith?
I haven't heard anything. That sort of just went away.
I think there's been an incident in Queensland that's happened sort of in the last 12 months, and they haven't been able to track him down. I don't think there's anything in it because
otherwise we would have heard. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to see him back playing anyway. Brandon, Mitchell, Moses, and Addo Carr. Geez, they've been great for the Eels. And Alex Johnson's chasing that try scorer. He's getting closer. He got 2 on the weekend again. So. They broke a 9-game losing streak last week against the Titans, South Sydney. I think they can get it done again. This game's at Allianz.
Even off the back of a Jai Arrow bender, you think he'll come good by then?
Oh, he's done benders all his career, Jai. He'll be fine.
He'll be right. Yeah,
he'll just roll into the next game. But actually, his form in the last month has been very good as well.
Very good. Yeah.
And I noticed that little bit of not little. He's very competitive, and he's got cranky last week and the week before in different moments in games where the team probably hasn't respected what he's been doing. So. Yeah. Look, I'm going to... Yeah. What are you thinking? Help me out here, Das.
Well, I don't know. And again, this goes back to me always betting and tipping with my heart. I have a rule of thumb where I never, ever tip Parramatta. So I think I'm with you.
Do you?
I feel like whenever I tip Para, they never get it done, but then they always seem to roll the Brisbane. So... I just can't stand them. They're my least favourite club.
Gee, you don't like many teams?
No, I don't.
Wow.
I'm with you though. I think on our podcast I tip the Rabbits, so I'll stay strong.
Stay on that.
Yep.
Stay on the Rabbits. Right, that'll be a bit of an upset there if the Rabbits can get it done over the Eels because they've been in good touch as well, the Eels.
Yeah, big upset.
Oh, Sunday, a couple of big games too, eh?
Yep, huge games. The first of all, West Tigers, Manly Seagulls, Allianz Stadium. What's happening at Allianz this weekend? Is there a few games?
Yeah, there's 3 games there this weekend.
Okay.
It's a great... Have you been there?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, it's a great stadium. Yeah. It's the old Sydney Football Stadium, obviously. I've only been there the once. I called a game earlier this year. I think it was the Roosters and maybe... I can't remember who the opposition were, but it's a great stadium. A real leaguey stadium, where you sit on the ground, big crowd... corporate facilities, amazing. Dressing rooms, everything's just first class. So I'd like to see more games played there, actually. And it's good this weekend. They've got 3.
3, yep.
Now the Tigers, they're off the bye, and they're chasing 2 wins in a row. So that'll be good for them if they can get it done. Manly, they've lost their last 3. No Jake Travojevic, he's out with concussion protocols. They're sitting in 10th spot, Manly.
Tough game.
Oh, look, I'll tip Manly. I feel like they're still in the hunt for the 8.
Yep.
And they'll need to win to stay alive. This game's at 2 o'clock on a Sunday. I feel that suits both teams. The Tigers have been good, though, so another tight game, but I'll just go with Manly because they've had more wins than the Tigers this year.
Okay, I'm with you. And to round it out, the mighty Cowboys up north at Country Bank taking on the Knights.
Yeah, Cohen Hess out. He won't play again this year now, Cohen, with that tackle that he did. And Jordan McLean's back in for him, so straight swap there. I thought Jason Taumalolo coming back into this side has really lifted them last week, although they lost. He was there. And the Knights have got a teenager, Connor Vitano, at fullback. He's making his debut, so good luck to Connor. But I'm going to go the Cowboys here. I just feel like they've got some big players back in, still lots to play for, finish the season off strongly. And the Knights, well, they're just injuries have
got the better
devastated their season.
Yeah,
they've got the better of them, So, and the Raiders, of course, they're on the bye. But I'll tip the Cowboys up there at Queensland Country Bank Stadium.
I'm with you as well. Getting behind the Queensland teams this week. Obviously, one's got to come off second best in the Broncos-Dolphins game, but outside of that, we're backing him. Kev, do you have a player on the move?
Yeah,
for
player on the
this
move
week?
is Ben Hunt in the 7 jumper for the first time this year for the Broncos. He's probably played 260 games in that jump, or more. He's obviously 300 in the 7 jumper, but you just back the Broncos number 7 has got a special meaning for him. And I just think that him along, he's on the move, and I think helping open up the Kratzmann Caravan door will be Reece Walsh.
Yeah,
both of those two will be the Kings this weekend.
Yep, keeping the Bronx on the move. Thank you to Kratzmann for the support of the podcast.
Yep. Now, listen, because you're on the hot seat this week.
Yep. I'm
going to hand over. What have you got a?
I've got a bet for us. I think you Dobbo on yourself. What round 24, 0 winners. So nothing. So I'm hoping to bring some joy for all the listeners out there. I've had a quick look this morning. I think I was of the same thinking that Reece Walsh could be the difference this week for the Bronx.
Right.
So I'll be taking the Broncos as our first leg.
Yep.
Reece Walsh, anytime try scorer, second leg. And rounding it out on Sunday with the Cowboys. That'll get you about $4. Cowboys to win.
Right. Okay.
So we're lowering the odds a bit. We've had a few, $20
yeah,
bets,
let's get it a bit lower.
$4 this weekend.
That's a bit of a safer.
Build the balance.
Yeah, build the balance up coming into finals.
Exactly right.
I like your thinking, mate.
So, get around it this weekend.
We got any questions?
We do have some questions. I'll just pull them up quickly.
Yeah. I love this part of the show. People send your questions in. We'll get some answers
get them
back
in on YouTube or through the Instagram. We always have a question box up. Kev, does having both Hunt and the difference in the halves upset the pack with the hooker position?
No, I don't think it does. They've got good options at hooker with Corey Pakes. Certainly, I think he's been named there. And then Tyson Smoothie's on the bench as well, which can cover there, or he can play through the middle as well. So, look, either way, they had good options. I thought Jock Madden might have been given an opportunity in the 6 jersey, but obviously he's gone with Billy, and then he's brought Pakesy and Tyson Smoothie still there. So, yeah, they've still got good options.
Yeah, for sure. Kev, what's your advice to Billy this weekend playing in the 6?
Very simple. Pass the ball to those that need it. Similar to what he does at 9.
Yeah.
But, I think the big one is, the big one is his defence. You've got to get that right. That's a key position to be defending in. The check and move, check and release, making your tackles on those big back rowers coming at him. It's a different role, certainly, but I think one with Billy, now with his experience, he played over 100 games in the NRL, he should be able to handle the adjustment into 6 quite easily. I guess some of his work that he does at 9 will transfer into that with pass selection and who to pass to. I mean, around him, he's got some very good players, Katoni Staggs, Shibasaki, Reece Walsh. These sort of guys are very influential and good ball runners. So get the ball to them. Kick well when you need to. I think Ben Hunt will probably do majority of the kicking, but also Billy's got a nice 40-20 in him, got a nice long kick. So, yeah, just play your natural game, Bill, and you'll be fine.
Beautiful. There's lots of questions about Bill this week. Kev, what do you honestly think is Billy's best position?
No, it's definitely 9. But again, he's had great success in the six jumper, and he'll do a great job there, this weekend for the Broncos.
Beautiful. And to round us out, this not so much a question, but a bit of a statement. Stags to score a hattie. So do with that information what you will.
Right.
Stags hat trick. As you said, he loves the Battle of Brisbane. So.
Well, we'll put his try up. We'll put that on the clips in the first Battle of Brisbane. That was an amazing try won the game for the Broncos.
Did, yeah.
So he could be in for a hat trick. Yeah.
Yep.
He's been in good touch and pushing his way. Another one who's pushing himself in the limelight for a Kangaroos jumper.
Geez, that's going to be a tough job for you picking that team.
Yeah, but it's a good job, Dave.
Great job. Yeah.
Yeah, and with what have we got? 4 rounds left in the finals. The big boys come to play this weekend, let me tell you that. So watch out for all the big players in teams. This is a time to, put your backpack on, get to work, and get it done for your own teams.
This could be a bit of a silly question, and one just from me, but do you think that having the Kangaroos tour at the end of the season actually will cause not the right word, but players will lift in the last 4 weeks to try and
100%.
get themselves on that,
well,
on
I
that
remember,
tour?
I can only go back to my days as a player. And certainly you got into finals and you wanted to do well in finals. But the advantage of doing well in finals was you put yourself in selection for the Kangaroos. And for all the players that I've spoken to that are in contention, they'd love to get away on the tour. So it will be a bumper series. The Kangaroos haven't toured England for an Ashes series for 22 years, Das.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
So you probably weren't even born then.
Yeah.
Well, you were, but you're only
you're
very young. So it is a special time, and that we want players to be playing at their best through that final series to get selection in the final 22 players.
And I suppose there'll be players who aren't playing in the final series who have only got 4 weeks to make a case for themselves as well.
Yeah, well, some teams have already been eliminated, haven't they? And there are players in those teams that will be on the tour. So they need to put their best foot forward and finish the season really strongly so that they can be on that tour as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Very exciting. Kev, thank you very much.
All good, Dusty. You're doing a great job, mate. Dobbo, stay in New Zealand, big fella. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Yeah, back Monday.
Back Monday, yeah.
Huge games of footy this weekend, so I'm sure it'll be a massive show
and
on Monday.
if you haven't watched Benny Hannant, have a look at that. He's got a great story.
Yeah, a great man.
8 children. And he's got 8 children himself, him and his wife. Got 8 children. And then he's from a family of 11 children.
Imagine Christmas.
Wow. Good on you, Benny.
Thanks for listening, guys. Kevie and Dobbo will be back next week.